Hey everybody, today we had a question from Suzanne on our 5900 BT water softener. It's a 32K size softener. So she said it was putting too much water back into the brine tank during the brine refill. So we're going to go through a couple of steps here that might possibly cause this. The first being we're going to check and verify the brine refill time is correct. So you're going to go ahead and remove your dust cover here. And what we want to do is check the brine refill, which is step 4. You can either do this on your phone app, or you can go ahead and do it manually. I'll just do it manually. Hold both buttons down. So you'll go through your menu enter button. There's your first step, your second step, third step, fourth step. So that should be at 6 minutes for your size system. If you want it, if it's not correct, you can just hit the set change and it'll scroll through till you get to the right time. So what you want is for it to be on 6. Okay. Then hit the menu enter one more time. You'll scroll through these settings, and you'll end up back where it shows the time and your gallons remaining. Okay. So that's the first thing we want to do. The second thing we want to do is run the system through and test whether it's pulling a vacuum for your brine draw or doing the brine refill back into your brine tank. So we'll remove this cover. This tube here is where the float assembly is. This is called your brine well. Go ahead and remove this cap. And you're going to have one of two types of connections here with your line. This is called a JG fitting, and there's a little black clip here that you remove. And then this collar you just need to depress into the fitting and the tubing will pop out. Just like that. So remember, this little collar here pushes back up against the fitting and then the tube slips out. And then to reinsert it, you just put it in. The other type of brine wells that we have sold in the past are compression fittings. And these are just little, they just tighten right up there. The tube goes in there. So the tube just slides in and out of there, and that's what holds it in. So at any rate, you want to get your tube out here. So once you do that, we're going to go ahead and advance this over. Just hold the set change button down, and it'll go into cycle 1. So this will be your backwash cycle. Okay, go ahead and hold the set change button again. Goes to cycle 2. Now at this point in time, you're going to be going through your injector. You should be able to fill a good vacuum here. It'll be sucking pretty good here. This is where it draws your brine out of the brine tank. Okay? If it's spitting water here, which we suspect might be one of your problems, it's a clogged or fouled injector, and we're going to show you how to check that next. But right now you should be getting a good vacuum. And just put the set change button again. I'm going to cycle 3, which is the rapid rinse. And we'll press it one more time. This is your brine refill. Make sure you got your tube over your bucket here, because this is where, and you should have water this coming out now. For your system, the 32K, there's a half a gallon a minute flow restrictor in here, so at 6 minutes, you should get 3 gallons of water. That's what you should get, 3 gallons of water in your tank. Okay, and now we're just going to go ahead and go back into service mode. Okay, so if you've checked all of that, and like I mentioned, if there was water coming out during your brine draw, we're going to check the injector. So in order to do that, you're going to put your system into bypass, or vent the system down, shut the water off, vent the system down, put the system into bypass so there's no pressure on it. And then I'm going to go ahead and remove this tube here, just for demo purposes. We're going to remove this little triangle plate right here. This is the injector cover. I've got a 5/16 socket. We'll remove these 2 screws. So here's your cover. There's a little O-ring on here. Take that off. So this white thing here is your injector screen. This just slides out. Go ahead and clean that all up with some hot water and a toothbrush. Get that all cleaned up. And now we're going to remove your injector. So the injector in this unit is blue, but yours is going to be white. And there's a little groove right here. If you just take a little screwdriver and get behind that little groove, it'll pop right out. Okay? Just like that. Okay, so here again, your injector, you can take, and it's just a split right here. You pull it apart. You can see the hole down through there. You want to clean that. There's a hole in this end. Just make sure that gets all cleaned out of there. You can actually even take this little black tip off of here. It'll come off, and you can clean all that out and pop it back in. Put that all back together. We also sell these replacements if it looks damaged and you want to just replace the injector. You can go to our website and get the injector. Put your O-ring back on there with your cover, the 2 screws, snug it up, put your unit back together, and then go ahead and test it out again before you hook your brine tank back up. Run it through its cycles and make sure it's pulling a suction, and that should fix your problem. Okay, I think that's all for today.